Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm Tom, I do Disney, hence the name of this channel, Tom Does Disney, and we are here chilling out yet again in Walt Disney World, this time at Kadani Village, the first setting for the first of the new series of Real Talk. That's right, Real Talk is back, folks. We are here today to discuss YouTube, my channel, personally, YouTube on the whole, and more specifically the Disney vlogging community, the Disney live streaming community, the Disney content creation community. Okay, I just want to start off by saying thank you to everybody who watched the last series of Real Talks. Those are very personal videos to my life. They were hard for me to shoot. They were therapeutic for me to shoot. They helped me move forward from something that was very difficult and had been bogging me down in so many ways. I got a lot of backlash, I got a lot of praise, and anybody that reached out to me, whether you were a hater, a lover, or somebody in between, just trying to give me advice, I just want to say thank you to you. I read hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of messages over the course of those videos, maybe 1,000. You know, if I thought about all the videos all together and all the reception, like the comments, the messages, the texts, the calls, the phone calls, like, it was insane. Those videos on a statistical level are some of my best videos that I ever shot. I never expected that from Real Talk. I think a huge fear for me, but prior to kind of moving down here and people really getting deeper into my life, was that people didn't care about my life. That wasn't something I thought people were really interested in. I thought people were just here for Disney. They wanted to watch Disney's content. So that's all I ever did. Disney, Disney, Disney. I saw other creators use their accounts in different ways, like being more personal than others, and some that just use their accounts 100% for Disney. I didn't know that my channel was going to fall somewhere in between. I didn't know that. That really humbled me. You know, that whole experience of shooting the first round of Real Talks humbled me. It put things into perspective, and I'm ready now to launch into a new series of Real Talks where we're going to discuss things here in Walt Disney World in a very real way and how they make me feel personally, which isn't gospel. But let's jump right into it, guys. Thank you so much for joining me for another Real Talk. Here we go. So, thing one, my desired upload schedule that I really wanted didn't kind of happen. I posted it on my Instagram towards the beginning of this month, January, and it was just over ambitious. I'm going to upload vlogs and food reviews sporadically, and I'm going to shoot Mondays, Magic Kingdom Monday stream all the time. Thirsty Thursdays will always be at Epcot, Animal Kingdom, or Hollywood Studios, or resorts. And there might be a couple from Magic Kingdom. And then today, where I'm shooting this, you guys will see this tomorrow on Saturday, but this Fridays are always going to be TGIF Fridays, where I'm going to try to do pretty big streams. You know, I'm going to start a little later today because I'm doing this and I'm having lunch at Sanaa, which I'm doing this with a friend and I don't want to do this on stream. I just want to be able to enjoy myself for a change, because I'm just always like on my camera or on the stream, which I like, but sometimes needs to not happen. So that's going to be my schedule for now. It's going to be fun. We've been having a lot of fun lately. We've been getting 1,000 views on every stream. We've been getting 100 likes on every stream. That has been amazing. That's huge growth for this channel. Averaging like upwards of 50, 60, sometimes 70, 80 people watching we maxed out at. I mean, that's, you know, the 100's been my live streaming goal forever, and I didn't think I was going to get anywhere close to that until maybe mid this year or later this year. So the fact that we're creeping up on it all the time makes me super duper happy. Having the channel, having this YouTube channel, my God, has it changed my life. Everything is so much different now. It's like I came up out from underneath the water or something. Like my whole life I hadn't been doing what I was supposed to be doing. Which I don't think was necessarily this, exactly what I'm doing now. I think it was being my own person. Creating content, finding an audience and people to connect with, and like having a voice to an extent, I suppose. I've always liked that. The idea of that. I've always looked at people like Letterman or any of the late night guys, really, like Carson, Conan. I've always looked at these dudes, Howard Stern, like I've always looked at these guys like, man, like just on the power of their ideas, their voice, their personality, they created something. Isn't that crazy? Just from being you, having something. When I saw YouTube kind of blossom, and I was there for the dawn of YouTube, the Ray William Johnson, back when personalities started popping up, the Jenna Marbles stuff, PewDiePie came to prominence eventually, like there were the Casey Neistats of the world, the Peter McKinnons of the world, the real vloggers, the guys that broke the ground on vlogging. Like, these guys, they're just themselves. They work hard at being themselves and making their content, as does, I think, every creator that's serious about it. But it's, at the end of the day, it's just you being you. You get to just be you. YouTube, TV, radio, media, it's one of the only ways to do that artistically. Sure, if you were to rise high enough in the corporate ranks, you could just be you. Everybody listen to you. You're the boss. Which is great. Tons of people do that. Bill Gates, I mean, you know what I mean? Guy's just him. He's just a genius. Steve Jobs was just like him, a genius. He had Wozniak, he had people that helped him. Creators at any level, from the top to the bottom, have to be kind of unafraid to be themselves. If you start to censor yourself in any way, if you start to be too concerned with how people are going to perceive you, you lose who you are. You become an act. You can't keep up an act. You wouldn't be able to be a full-time creator like having an act. I think even crazy people, like those crazy prankster YouTubers who are obviously, that's a character piece. That's not an act. I mean, they're actually acting. They're not even pretending that that's them. And if you believe that that's them, like, you're kind of the fool. But they're a character in a Borat type way, in a very satirical way. They're just being a character. I don't think you could be a daily vlogger. I don't think you could be a real vlogger, because I think being a vlogger means being really just transparent and open. Being a person. I think that's what... I think things like late night comedy and shock jock stuff like Howard Stern, I think that's kind of what YouTube evolved from. I think vlogging is an evolution of that. Personally. That's just personally what I think. I respect that some people don't like me. If you're one of these people, I'm sorry. To an extent, I'm sorry. But at this point, you should kind of know who I am, and if you enjoy this channel, you're here for the long run. The reason I'm discussing this kind of conformity type stuff is I had an issue on the stream the other night that I personally have been thinking about a little bit. too much. Most of the time, random comments from random people just kind of slip off my shoulders. This one kind of hit home a little bit because it harkens back to the beginning of my channel. And let's sounds also so esoteric without you knowing what I'm talking about. I was on my stream, and if you've never been a part of one of my streams, they have adult moments, especially towards the end of the night. They never start off crazy. Never start off my stream like, "What's up, fuckers?" Like, it's Tom Does Disney. Like, it's not like that. And you know, I mean, honestly, like, if I wanted to do it, I would. If I wanted to start off a stream all like, I would laugh I think there are people that watch my stream that would laugh at me starting the stream like that. Viewers that I really care about would laugh at me starting off a stream like that, right? Because my constant joke is PG-13, I get to drop one F-bomb per hour and a half because that's a PG-13 movie. That's regulated. So I was in a position where I don't think I had really cursed at all the entire stream. We're talking like a 6, hour stream or whatever it turned into. I bumped into this family of moron, just like the most clueless people you've ever seen, like 12 of them just in a circle standing there like just at their phones at the sky, and like really clueless people. And like I tried to just kind of step to the side, and they all like moved and like trapped me in. I was like, hi, like, what the F are we doing here, folks? And it was no big deal. It was just no big deal. Everybody laughed. There's little crying emojis in the chat. Ha ha ha, so funny. What were those people doing? Like, what the heck? They all saw it. The stream saw it. They were all like, just like, what the heck were they even doing? I turned the corner. I'm walking, maybe it's 2 minutes later, and I get a comment that said, like, trying to watch your stream, Tom, but the cursing I really can't deal with. Like, you're around children. It's Walt Disney World, this and that. Here's why the comment drove me crazy, okay? Because back in the day when I first started this channel, I was myself. Every once in a while there was a swear that slipped in, or an adult theme that slipped into the channel because I'm an adult. I'm 31. Am I 32? How old am I? I think I'm 31. I might be 32. Jeez Louise. It's 2020, right? I'm going to be 32 this year. I'm 31. I'm just like, you see that? Like, I don't even, I'm getting so old I don't even keep track of my age. That's the kind of old in my head that I am. I know I'm not actually physically old, but in my head, like, I feel old sometimes. Like, straight up. And I'm here in Walt Disney World, a single guy, no family. Hello? You never been to Epcot? You never walked around Epcot with your family where they're drunken idiots talking about, like, just the most insane stuff? I won't even say it in a real talk video because I don't even want to be that brass and, like, but you know what I mean? This place, there's plenty of that happens all over the place. And at first I was not anywhere close to those crazy people swearing up a storm on Main Street at their kids or anything. I was just kind of like, I remember one time me and my buddy Alex walked into the room at All-Star Movies. It's like brand new, and I was like, it smells like it just got effing built in here, and it was just a good, funny moment for my channel. So the next trip I took, I finally started running into people that recognized me, which was in and of itself a whole nother conversation, and how hard that is to get used to. Some of these people were kids, like families with kids. I was like, uh-oh. People started tagging me in posts, like, oh, watching Tom Does Disney's vlogs, and it was like their kids. I was like, uh-oh. Like, I need to clean this up, right? So I was against all forms of adult theming, swearing, all of it. It was off my channel for almost a full year. Then COPPA happened. COPPA was pretty much just like, hey, kids should not be on YouTube, and if you're kind of like a kid-friendly YouTube channel, like, you're doing it wrong. And I don't think they specifically meant me, but I took it as a huge indication of like, hey, if YouTube's cool with the adult theming, like, this channel's for adults. This channel ain't for kids. It's if you don't mind your kids watching things like Saturday Night Live, or, you know, if like when I was 10, 11 years old, my grandpa let me watch South Park. You know what I mean? I don't know. Parents operate different. Like people let their kids do different type of stuff. I got friends who, you know, we were all watching the same stuff growing up, and we've all turned into different people. That's not how life works. You're not gonna like become something because you heard like a swear word on YouTube. So my audience, I want them to be the people that I want around at the end of the day. Like, if I don't want you around, I don't even really want you on my streams. Yeah, I don't even really want you on my channel. I just want to be able to hang with like-minded people who come down here and do what I do, you know? Eat, drink, ride rides, have fun, cry at fireworks when you're a grown-ass person. Like, those are the people I want to connect with. YouTube as a whole, I've kind of already discussed a little bit there. I think that maybe one of the last points I want to make, because I don't think Real Talk videos will be super long. Maybe some of them will, but this one in particular won't be super long. I just want to touch upon this Disney vlogging live streaming community, specifically as its own YouTube niche. Is it niche? Is it niche? Who knows, right? So the YouTube community has little niches. Are you a makeup person? Are you a toy reviewer? Do you do science stuff? Are you a prank channel? Music takes up this whole part down here. Music, right? There's so many things on YouTube, and then within those things there are things. So within vlogging and live streaming, especially vlogging, there is this community, the Disney vlogging community. Did you know that Disney castles are the most Instagram things on the planet? The most Instagram spots on the planet are Disney castles. Disney penetrates all aspects of life. Kanye, Kim, K, and the whole family, including billionaire Kylie, were all down here last week. I've never once seen their show. I only know them because they're literally the most famous people on the planet. You can't not know them, right? They were here. This place is... The Disney vlogging community is an important community, because Disney's a place where everybody comes and everybody spends their money. So you want to make sure that your channel, at least for me, is all about how as real as you can possibly be about stuff. I think there are some people in this community, I ain't picking battles, and I would never name names as far as that stuff goes. They're just not real. They got an element of fakeness to them. Some of them pretty big creators, you know what I mean? Some of the biggest I actually think are kind of fake. There are some that I enjoy, I love, I see in the parks all the time. I would consider them friends, even some of them. Those people, I respect them to death. They're the reason I started doing this. But there are others, from top to bottom, that are kind of weird, and they probably think I'm weird. That's the reality. Is you can never, like, you know, nobody ever is a universally appealing person. You just don't, you can't do that. Harken back to the biggest names you ever heard. You know, Conan got fired from late night because people didn't like him as much as they liked Leno. Letterman got booted, had to go to a whole nother network because people didn't like him. Howard Stern, people hated him at first. You know, even like on YouTube, you know, like, there are a lot of people that get a lot of hate. James Charles, right? That dude, I don't get him. He's so the opposite of me in terms of what we create and our art, and probably a lot of other things in life. But I know he plays video games. He plays Minecraft. I play Minecraft. I know he's funny. I like funny. Anybody who make me laugh is cool in my book, right? That dude, you know how much hate that dude must get on a regular basis? Like death threats and all this crazy jazz. Like, you just cannot be at any level and have everybody like you. It's an impossibility. So what you have to do, I'll say it again, is you just have to be real. You just have to be yourself and not be fake. I think people sense fakeness. You know, I think people know fakeness when they see it. And at the end of the day, it's not about numbers here, folks. I hate to break it to you. If you think that YouTube is all about numbers and how many views you get on your video and how many subs you get and how much money you get paid off of it, ain't like that. No, it's about connecting to an audience. And that audience, even if it's humongous, what if it's a crappy audience? Would you rather have 100 McDoubles or 5 of these delicious, one-of-a-kind, hand-packed burgers that I'm about to go have at Sanaa? It's not even a question. And I guess there are some people out there who would be like, yeah, I want the 100 burgers because that way I can say, I have 100 burgers and you only have 5 burgers. Because there are some people that think that actually matters, like a number. Numbers are like, they're made up. They're fake things. Like if you have 100 million, well, let's put it in real life perspective. If you have 10,000 subscribers, let's use Instagram as a good one, right? So if you have 10,000 followers and only 50 people ever message you, watch your stories, like your posts, who cares? It's only when you run into an audience where hundreds and hundreds of them, close to thousands of them, reach out to you in various ways. And some in all the ways. Some people get lots of likes on their pictures. Some people get lots of likes on their story posts. Some people get tons of DMs. At the end of the day, if these people haven't made some kind of connection with you, that you value, I guess that's the best way to put it. I value the majority of the people that I'm connected with on this platform. I pride myself in it. I don't know if there's a lot of creators, and I'm not big in this. I'm a middleman around here, right? I'm not a tiny dude that you don't know, and I'm not one of the big guys who's literally getting swamped. But I got plenty of people who say, hey Tom, love your stuff, selfie here, selfie there. Like a lot of good messages, people that want to meet me when they come down here. It turns into something greater, and I've seen some people in this community do that same thing, and those are the people I respect. Those are the people I want to be like. You guys know who you are. If you're watching this, I know some of you do really like follow along with my stuff. You know who you are. I've said it to you in real life, not on a camera, because I'm not in it for that. I wanted to let you know personally that you changed me in my life by doing what you do. You allowed me the knowledge to know that that was there, and I respect you people for doing that. I constantly take advice from those people. So, having said that, here at the end of this Real Talk video, I'd like to do something very nice, something I don't often get a chance to do, and I'd like to open up a piece of magic mail that was sent to me by a good friend of mine, Joe. Joe does custom drawings, and she had sent me drawings for my birthday that never got to me, sadly, because of certain circumstances. So Joe decided that she would reach out to me, ask me what kind of things like in life that I use on the regular, and I told her, you know what I was really in need of is a wallet, and oh my gosh, this thing is so cool, Joe. Oh, in real life, I love it. It says, Tom, may the force be with you. Enjoy the wallet. Hope it's okay for you. Keep smashing life. You got this, buddy. Wow. This is so nice. Guys, that is BB-8 and Bruni. And BB-8 together on a wallet. I absolutely love this thing. Thank you, Joe. Oh, and there's little pins too. Aw, thank you for these, Joe. These are very cool as well. Several little Disney pins, one with Miguel from Coco, one with Hercules and Pegasus, and one with Wally. And I think, I'm not quite sure what oh, they were wrapped up in this little thing. Oh, they got loose. And one with Jack and Sally. Very cool. Joe, thank you so much. This was incredible. That was such a nice thing for you to do, to hand draw me something like that. I mean, I'm so touched by this. This is the kind of stuff that really, I don't know, makes me feel loved by people who've only gotten to know me through this. Joe, I'm sure one day I'll be able to meet you here. I just want to say thank you to everybody. A massive thanks to everybody who supports me on all my different platforms. If you're a member of my Patreon, you have no idea how much your support means to me. If you are somebody that super chats me, if you're somebody that sends in PayPals, you know who you are. Like, a huge shout out to the amazing, I can't even begin to tell you, this phone has been a game changer in my life and my creation. This audience, this channel has changed my life. And it has changed it for the absolute better. So for now, thank you guys for stopping in to the first of many Real Talks. It was light, it was jovial, it was all about you guys. Because I truly am so thankful for you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Have a magical rest of your day, guys. Thank you. Really, thank you.